What is going on, fellow MTB shredders? Today I'm going to be giving y'all an in-depth look at my hardtail mountain bike, the Trek Marlin 7. I'm going to be showing y'all all the components, kind of the geometry, all the basic stuff, some cooler components that I've added to it, and then we're going to do some shredding on it. So let's jump right into all the specs about the Trek Marlin 7. The Trek Marlin 7 is an XC aluminum frame. My frame is the small frame. So really the only difference in the design of the small frame and the medium and larger frames is in the medium and larger frames, the top tube right here is straight, whereas mine, small and extra small frame, are a little bit curved, but I actually kind of think it's cool. You don't see a lot of bikes like that, so it adds a little bit different geometry to it. So, the Marlin 7 has an XC frame, cross-country frame, and it has a few cross-country components, but that's the interesting thing about the Marlin series, is they took a cross-country bike and added some more hardcore trail components to it. So that way you can ride cross-country trails, it's good at climbing, but you're also not going to break your bike in half riding it down a really techie trail and stuff. And I've pushed this bike to its limits, to my limits really, and nothing has broken on it, so that is a huge plus on the Marlin series. You get an XC bike that's basically built to last. The bike comes mandatory with lock-on grips, which I really like. I have no need to change these. They're not the nicest grips, but they work really, really well. It also comes with a Shimano Dior shifter and derailleur. You get a 10x1 drivetrain with alpha drive cranks and just some little mandatory plastic pedals, which that's one of the really only things I plan to upgrade down the road, is maybe get some metal platform pedals. You also get 27.5 wheels on the small version. You can on the larger size, I believe they come with 29-inch wheels, but I really like the 27.5 wheels because they're real snappy and playful, especially on the small frame bike. You get 27.5 Maxxis tires, 2.20 wide, really nice, strong tires. Got really good knobs, and I really like the knobs that come off a little bit further because I can really corner well on this bike. There's also a few Bontrager components on the bike, including the seat post and clamp and the seat, which I have damaged a little bit and had to super glue to fix on Spider Mountain. I actually have that on my channel. If y'all haven't seen that video, I have a link down in the description below. But that's really cool. I love having the Bontrager components. I have a Bontrager helmet and I really like it. On the Trek Marlin 7, you also get Shimano hydraulic disc brakes. For a $1,000 bike, it's not super common to see hydraulic disc brakes. There's certainly some more out there, but that is a huge bonus with the Trek Marlin 7. And some bikes will actually do disc brakes in like the back and just traditional rim brakes in the front. Luckily, that's not the case with the Trek Marlin 7. You get hydraulic disc brakes in both the front and rear. The Trek Marlin 7 comes with 100 mil travel rock shocks. They're coil shocks. They work really well. The shocks also come with a little preload valve right here, so you can change your preload on the go. And it even has a little lockout, which is super nice for when I'm riding my neighborhood trails, because normally I have to ride a long way on our roads to get to the trails. So I love to lock out the suspension and almost turn the bike into a gravel/road bike. Then whenever I get to the trails, you're good to go. There is a threadless stem, which is really nice. Should for sure come on a $1,000 bike, and it does, but that's really cool. You have pretty wide handlebars. I don't know the exact milliliter length of the handlebars. Another huge bonus on the Trek Marlin 7 is the cables that go to the rear brake and shifters are internally routed. Just keeps the bike way cleaner looking. And then they just come out down here. It has little nice mounts for you to just zip tie it straight on. Goes right in. It also comes with a derailleur hanger, so your derailleur isn't mounted straight to the frame, which is really nice. Once again, you should definitely see that on a $1,000 bike, which they did. Because the Trek Marlin 7, as I mentioned, is technically a beefed up XC bike, it does also come with some mounts if you want to add a luggage rack, mud fenders, and a bottle cage, which I did add a bottle cage. It is a Bontrager, yet again, bottle cage. I got it at Bike World, where we got the bike. Bike World is Trek's retailer. I'll have a link down in the description below if you want to check it out. Great customer service and great Trek bikes. And because of the design of the frame for the small and extra small sizes, as I mentioned, kind of curved down, you don't have a ton of room for a monstrous water bottle in the bottle cage. So I did some research and measuring on Amazon and on the bottle cage, and I pretty quickly found these awesome little 18-ounce water bottles, mountain biking water bottles. Got some cool stuff from Com Cycling. Have a link down in the description below. I think it was like 10 or 15 bucks for 2 of these actually, and it perfectly fits in to my bottle cage. Holds plenty of water for a long ride. And then just pops right back out. The last 2 little components that I've added on, I'm going to show y'all, is this little compass. My mom actually got me this a few years ago for Christmas, and I really like it. It's definitely not a necessity, but it does work really well. I mean, it's right now, north is that way, as you can tell. I know, because I'm in my backyard. This is my backyard trail. We're right by the wall ride, which we just built. If y'all haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked down in the description below. But I know it's pointing right way. It works great, and it just looks really neat. You can see right here, I mean, it blends in really nicely and just adds a really cool, like, profile to the handlebars. I also have this little Rock Bros seat pouch. Seat pouches are a thing of the past, honestly, because of dropper posts nowadays, but I don't currently have a dropper post on this bike, so it works really good for holding my multi-tools, my phone even, some camera gear if I need it, and I really like it. I actually have 2 Rock Bro little pouches. I have a bigger one that's a little bit more convenient to get things in and out of, and obviously it holds more, but it's really big, so I have to keep my seat a little bit higher than this for it to fit, which is sometimes okay. But when I'm riding down big techie trails and stuff, I like to have my seat a lot lower so I don't, you know, smack down on it. And that's when I throw on this little Rock Bros thing, one my mom got me. It is an awesome little pouch. Still holds plenty of stuff, and my phone still fits in there. And now, as you can see, I have plenty of room to lower my seat a lot. So there is my Trek Marlin 7 Hardtail, 2022 Trek Marlin 7 Hardtail. And I think there's only one thing to do now that y'all know the bike, and that's shred. Big thanks to my friend Hayden Landacre, who actually turned me on to this bike. You know, high gear and dropping. Right off the wall ride, across the bridge, into the berm. Then we hit the flow trail. Takes us into another berm, into a little driveway kicker. Roller, little berm, another roller, berm, roller. Then you get launch into there, little kicker. And there she is,